Hey, congratulations. How does it feel that your film is being showcased here at Screamfest?
It feels great. I mean, I have no complaints around this festival. It's been awesome so far.
So tell us what sparked you to write this story.
Oh, so many things, so little time, and so many things. Okay, so originally the whole, I guess, impetus of why I wrote this was because I wanted to write something that was low budget and was 1 to 2 characters. So it takes place in one location, minimal cast, can do it for $100,000. I started there, and that's really what I wrote. And then as I brought in a team and we developed the story further, it grew, the budget grew, locations grew, and everything grew.
Now, it's a very meta story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Have you seen it?
I have not, but I immediately read it. I was going, I wonder what was going through Danny's head while trying to write the story.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm always drawn to meta material. I think even just writing a story about writing a story is interesting. Like that whole process of what we go through as writers, and that's really what the story is about writing the screenplay and coming up with the ending. So I've just been, even now, I'm still drawn to that material.
So is this, for this film, is it the final ending, or you still haven't come up with an ending? There's probably more movies.
I've come up with the ending for this film, but there's definitely a trilogy waiting to be made.
So how did you come to the decision to star in the film yourself?
I always wrote the film to star in it. That was the whole reason why I wrote it, honestly, because I wanted to give myself the opportunity to act. I had taken a break from the industry. I needed to get my head on straight. I took a mental health break, honestly. I was doing dog walking. I was loving it. I was completely detached. And then I was ready to come back in. And I was like, all right, now's the time. I feel like I'm coming from a really wholesome, real, grounded place. So I want to write something that I can be in and exercise my muscles as an actor.
Speaking of exercising your muscles, one of the things that, this falls into the category of a horror genre, but you even went more specific into what is described as a psychosexual thriller.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a really interesting subgenre. How was that?
I mean, my favorite genre is horror comedy, so I think if you can blend the two, just to me, it's more exciting as an actor and as a filmmaker. So I think that's always important to me. That's hence the reason why we cast Luke Cook, who's a comedy genius. The whole psycho thriller element, I think, came from my experiences doing online jobs where they were really risque, they were really risky around my own survival. And it's kind of like the idea of what would happen to me if things had gone really wrong, which I'm lucky that they didn't.
But, in real life, IRL, as they indicated, nothing bad ever really did happen in real life, right?
No, and looking back, I'm really lucky, honestly. I don't know how it didn't. I think, yes and no. I was really careful. I brought people to the jobs. Like, I had a whole hidden camera show. So I brought typically 2 men that were much larger than I was to be there representing me, to be my bodyguards. And so I was always pretty safe. I was meeting in public places. But still, looking back, I'm like, wow, I was way braver than I am now. Truly.
So what do you truly know about streaming?
About screaming?
Streaming.
Oh,
No, it's not screaming. I mean, I know we're at Screamfest. Streaming.
Because that would be an appropriate question, too. Streaming, in what regard? That's such a broad question.
Well, I mean, there's streaming in this film, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what the character. I just want to
Yeah.
know what you know about streaming, or screaming, whichever you prefer. I'm pretty sure you did both in this film.
I definitely did both. I mean, streaming is always changing. It's always evolving, and it's hard to keep up with. It's the same as social media, and so it's always finding this balance of like how to manage it and still maintain your mental health. I think what was really interesting to me about this film is treading that line of going too far. and what that will cost you. And I just think that is really interesting, and the redemption of that and the consequences. So I really wanted to explore that theme.
Well, that's an excellent answer.
Thank
Whether
you.
streaming or screaming.
Thank you.
So, Dani, what's up next for you after all this?
We have a bunch of projects in the works right now. I'm working on a 3-picture deal with Tall Pines Entertainment, and I honestly couldn't stress enough how amazing these people are, and they've been our biggest supporters behind Follow Her. So we're working on a whole trilogy series of this. And on top of that, I have a couple other features that are in the works, and they're all really exciting. They're also in the thriller horror genre.
Most excellent. So no more online jobs.
For now, we'll see what happens. You know, no one can predict the future.
Okay, I guess we'll see.
We really need those. We really need those $50 tickling jobs every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
know.
No,
You know.
no, I don't. If I do, it'll be streaming
Reach out to me.
or screaming, screaming and streaming.
Screaming and streaming.
That'll be the next movie, screaming and streaming.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.